quick. I'm gonna check the feed. Bear with me, bro. Shalom, Akin. Bear with me real quick. I'm gonna check the Khan, we in there. Hey, before we get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His Son, the Howell by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to my apostle, elders, great Wilson of the will. Peace and salutation, all that I can push in His truth and righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This your brother Tazman the Bar coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushua. And through the spirit, wanting to do a real brief lesson. And this lesson is what you see on the title, What to Expect from the Government in 2023. And through the spirit, I was just searching on the web, looking for basically like a topic for a lesson. And the spirit had me hopped on blacklistednews.com. And it was basically an article saying what to expect from the government in year 2023. And so we'll understand a lot of these things that we've been speaking about are in the plans of this so-called New World Order, which is far as which is part of the World Economic Forum, which you got your Klaus Schwab and a lot of these guys that's setting up the world to come with their fourth industrial age, man. So before we get started, I want to start off with this. This is First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. See, if you in the spirit of watching, you in the spirit of hastening of the day of the return of Yahweh Shai, you have no need for the men of the Lord write unto you, because you're in the spirit of what, see what's going on. You're in the spiritual urgency, man. But a lot of our people, they don't see what the hell's taking place. And it says, verse 2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so comes as a thief in the night, man. And the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night to 2/3 of the nation of Israel, because they're not in a position of watching. They're not in a position of hastening the day of his coming. They're in a position of complacency. So they can't see these various things that's taking place in this new so-called fourth industrial age. It's ushering in the return of Yahweh Shai, man. The only ones that understand that is the men of the Lord, man. That's actually hastening the day of his coming. It's trimming their lamps, because we can clearly see what times we're living in. So it's going on a little bit of the things, and I show it on my screen, as you see here. The first one is digital prisons, and this is part of this new economic, this part of this new social credit system that they're setting up. A digital, it's basically like a digital prison. Why? Because some of these things that they're doing to the citizens over there in China are going to be things they're going to implement here in America. And one various thing is as far as your social credit score. And your social credit score is based off if you're speaking out against the government, if you're doing various things that's against the rules and regulations, you would get penalized, man. So they would basically put you in a digital prison where you can't go and do certain things, man. You won't be able to take part in certain things, and especially in the new internet, the new technocracy that they're bringing, man. And it says digital prison. Uneasily, the government is corporate partners are pushing for a national digital ID system. This is the whole thing with the Crown Word 99 and getting the people to get part of this new digital ID system. And it says local police agencies have already been given access to facial recognition. They have the facial recognition tools that they're using in these so-called agencies in various places here in the United States. They already setting it up. And it says local police agencies have already been given access to facial recognition software and database containing 20 billion images, man. Come on, man. So you dumb niggas that actually think that these cops don't know you selling drugs on Facebook and things like that, you out your mind, man. They see what the hell you doing. They know what's going on, man. They have the technology to see what the hell's taking place, man. And if that's what they choose not to obtain. But at the end of the day, we know that these government agencies have all this so-called access to these various platforms. And it says the digital ID, eventually a digital ID will be required to gain access to all aspects of life. See, you won't be able to enter, you won't be able to do certain things if you won't take part of the system, because we know what this new system is implementing. It's going to get on that too. And it says the digital ID will be required to gain access to all aspects of life, government work, travel, healthcare, financial services, shopping, etc. So if you're not taking part of the new system, you won't be able to function in society, man. This is what this devil is implementing, man. Real quick. This is Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And this is what you're seeing, what he's doing with his new technocracy, man. This digital prison that he's setting up. This is what they're going to be gradually implementing this year, man. They're still in that operation spirit of what pushing, Operation Warp Speed. So they're in the pushing, in the state of pushing, because they know their time is short, man. And it says, jumping back, see, digital. I want y'all to see that. Jumping back to the digital prisons, and it says the digital ID will be required to gain access to all aspects of life, government, work, travel, healthcare, financial services, shopping, etc. Before long, biometrics, IRS scan, facial print, voice, DNA, etc. will become the facial. It will become the digital ID, and we already know what they're gradually meaning by that, man. Basically, a lot of people are gonna be transhumanism, because that's what they're gradually trying to do anyway. They're trying to put all these different carotenoids inside of you, man. So let's check this. This is, every brother ever seen that movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise. This is what they're pushing. Now let's check the new agenda, the other part. It says what? Pre-crime. You watch Minority Report, he was able to stop crime before it happened. As soon as they thought it, they was able to stop it. How do they do something like that? Why? Because they have to have some type of device inside these people to understand what they're thinking and what they want to do. And it says pre-crime, under the pretext of helping overwhelmed government agencies work more efficiently, AI predictive and surveillance technologies are being used to classify and segregate and flag the populace with little concern for privacy rights or due process, man. So this is what's coming. They already got that certain AI technology is going to be defending people in court, man. And they're not speaking up on that. But hey, these are the wows of the devil, man. This is something that Jake is not aware of that this devil's doing. And it says all of these sorting, sifting, and calculating is being done swiftly, secretly, and increasingly with the help of AI technology and surveillance state that monitors your every move. AI predictive tools are being developed in almost every area of life, and they're showing you that, man. They're showing you that. They're putting it all in your face that they're trying to make 15-minute cities, that they're trying to get rid of these regular cars and have you drive electric cars, man. All these various things that they're doing is setting up the fourth industrial age, which is lining up to the new system that this devil's trying to roll out, man. This is all part of Esau Edom's plan. He's very crafty. Let's get that real quick. Because the Lord is going to destroy these devils because they think they slick. This Isaiah 29 in verse 15, woe unto thee that seek deep to hide their counsels from the Lord, and what their works are they in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? And that's what these devils do, man. Because they set up all these wicked-ass schemes and plans to entrap and enslave humanity with this new technocracy, with the AI, man. All these various things that they're doing is trying to enslave humanity, which Esau, is trying to get what his birthright back, man. That's what this is about. These elites trying to stay in a position of power, but not knowing that they're about to be dethroned, man. The Lord is about to dethrone Esau. This Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thy enchantments, with the multitudes of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so thou shalt be able to profit, and if so thou mayest prevail. With all this wicked shit that you actually think you're going to do, is it actually going to help you to prevail and fight against the Lord so that you're going to keep this kingdom? No, man. You think you're going to digitally enslave humanity for forever that's a vain thought. That's a very, very vain thought, man. You actually think you're gonna enslave humanity forever with your technocracy and your AI and your robots and shit, showing that you're a base man. That's a base man. Let's keep going. It says monetary. We got the new one, another one, something part of the new plans they have. Mandatory Q zones. people was doing in 2019. They were staying home. It start with a Q. Got to use buzzwords. It says uh, building on a credence established during the Crown Royal 99. Government agents may be empowered to identify, detain anyone they suspect of posing a medical risk. So all these various things that they can do, they're gonna already have a position of power because they're writing it in legislation, man. They're writing it in legislation, and it says without providing any explanation, subject with the M word. I don't like to use that M word because they try to hit me for that. The M test without their consent carry out such detains in Q zones without any kind of due process or judicial review. So basically, they can grab you up anytime they feel like it if you're deemed a threat. And this is not the same thing that they was doing saying about the people that don't got the juice or are basically like killers. Then the UN just say that. So they're gradually showing you what they're doing, man. Real quick. We're not we're not fools, Esau. The Second Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan get advantage of us, but we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We understand that you're gradually trying to categorize and put people in the box so you can demonize and at the same time persecute and basically try to put to death. And we know that's mainly for the men of the Lord. But all any force of life is trying to speak out against your agendas and your wickedness. Esau's trying to demonize him, man. He's trying to cover every aspect of trying to cover his ass, man. In every aspect. He's trying to cover from the head to the toe. But the Lord has exposed you, Esau. So we're not ignorant to your devices. We understand that all these various things that you're doing is trying to bring forth your new world order, your NWO, your fourth industrial age. But like we just read in what Jeremiah, Isaiah 47:2, if so thou shalt prevail. If these things that you think is gonna do to help you to usher in your kingdom, hey, if it's gonna fight against the Lord, are you gonna prevail? No, you're gonna get thrust through. You're gonna lose. So and that's why the Lord says, stand now with our enchantments, man. Stand now. All your enchantments and things that you're doing, these are nothing but enchantments, man. This is nothing but sorcery and witchcraft. This is all it is. But we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Let's keep going. It says, I'm not gonna. Some of these, I'm gonna just jump straight to the other one. I'm gonna let you see that. Now remember, this is on blacklistednews.com, and it says what to expect from the government in 2023. And brothers can go on and check. And it says tracking charagmas for citizens. Is this not what we've been saying that this devil, his main MO is to do? It says tracking charagmas for citizens. It says corporations and governments alike to be able to track the populace with their use of a charagma embedded in a national ID card. Didn't I just not say that they would try to do that with this new digital prisons? They want to get you. They want to get inside of you. They want you to be the cyborg. They want you to be the RoboCop. That's what they're planning. They want to get inside of you. They want the Internet of Things and technocracy to be inside of you, so they can control you in the way of your thinking. This is why they say pre-crime, because they want to. If they have pre-crime, that means they in your thoughts. They actually gonna be controlling you and telling you what to do, man. But a lot of people don't understand that, and this is why they want to get the Charagma out so he can enslave humanity. Real quick, this is Revelation 13 and 16. Revelation 13, I started at 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. The image of the beast represents the Roman system. This is the same system that's being implemented, that's being acted out in the last days, man. And it says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that's what the Lord, that's what Esau's going to do. If you don't worship the new system, you're gonna be put to death. You're gonna be demonized. You're gonna be put in these Q zones, and you're gonna be put to death, man. Your head's gonna be chopped off. That's what. Not to jump the gun. I'll jump back. Shalom, brother. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, that word devil goes back to the Latin word diablos, which means deceiver. And it says, and that word devil also means a man that's partaking and doing the will of Satan. And it says, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. How, so is the devil coming out of the ground and got the pitchfork and red man with the horns putting people in prison? No, this is a nation of people, of man. And it says, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried, and you should have tribulation 10 days. 10 days represent a period of time, but it's all of the will of the Lord, man. He said, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown unto life. That's why you have to be faithful unto death, because who knows if the Lord has set you up to be a martyr for his word. That's still an honorable thing, because the Lord said, what? I have 70,000 men that should not bow to the image of Baal, man. And the image of this system is the new Quran. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to enslave humanity with the new idol, the Quran, man. But we understood that, man. That's why if you don't worship the new beast in the system, he's gonna do what? Have you to be put to death, as we just read in Revelation 13 and 15. And then we jump back, and it calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. That's just your status quo in the society. What type of echelon you was up? You a regular nigga? You just a regular Tom, Dick, and Harry? Doesn't matter. If you up living it up with the penthouse, regardless what type of status you have, you in prison, doesn't matter. Everybody's gonna be tempted with the hour of temptation. Let's get that real quick. Everybody, we jump back. Revelation 3 and 10. And he said, because thou hast kept thy word and my patience go back to suffering. I will always keep thee from the hour of temptation, which is what the Quran will be implemented. Everywhere you turn, they can be implementing this system. If you don't get down with the system, you'll be outcast, or you'll be pushed into a corner, or you'll be pushed into these Q zones, man. They'll basically demonize you and put you in these Q zones as a threat to society. And it says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So this charagma is gonna hit the whole earth, man. This charagma, this new system that he's pushing out, it's gonna come upon the whole earth, man. Showing that all these world leaders are involved with this new system. Revelation 13 and 16, and it calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand on their foreheads. Because when you go into that word in the context, is to start with an M, but you go into the etymology of that word, and it goes back to the charagma, the Greek word, which means to incision, to imprint, and that's speaking on that small device that can go inside your hand. And it says on their foreheads, which Elon Musk been working on, the new link to your head, right? And he said that no man might buy or sell, say he that had a charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So if you're not part of the system, you won't be able to basically enjoy the system. And I'm gonna say it like that, because you really won't be enjoying, because it's gonna get worse and worse. But if you don't have a charagma, you won't be able to fly. You won't be able to do this. You won't be able to buy or sell. You won't be able to do nothing. And that's the whole plan that these devils implement out, man. Is through his technocracy, the fourth industrial age. And this is why you see him going so hard, man. Because he knows his time is short, man. So let's see some other ones. Oh, jumping down right after the charagma. That's how you know the Bible's speaking, man. The boots will be on the ground. Look at that right there. This one. It says military involvement domestically. Why? Because you're gonna have resistance. You're gonna have uproars. You're gonna have people that's fighting against the government. You're gonna have people fighting amongst each other. And they're gonna be fighting against this system. And it's gonna be them Proud Boys. It's gonna be them Edomites, and there's a sprinkle of niggas out there too. It says military involvement domestically. The future, according to a Pentagon training video, will be a militaristic dystopian and far from friendly to freedom. How they know that? Because they're the ones causing the order out of chaos, man. Why do you think they was doing drills in Texas years ago called the J-Ham drills? Why do you think they do these blackout drills? Why do you think they doing drills right now while we speak? Because they're preparing and they're getting ready for the uproars and the sedition amongst men. Let's get that. Let's get the one in Isaiah first. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight every one against his neighbor, and everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, and city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's gonna be taking place, man. That's gonna be taking place. So we'll see what Yahweh Shah said when his return. He said the Egyptians, right, showing that this is spiritually Egypt, as you go and do Deuteronomy 28 chapter and 68, Revelation 11 and 8. Why? This is showing that it's spiritual Egypt. And it says Isaiah chapter 24 verse 7. And it says, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. That's what's going to be taking place. This is why they're talking about having military involvement in domestically, because they understand a lot of people are going to be uproar, there's going to be protests, there's going to be all hell breaking loose out here. So they're going to have the boots on the ground, man. Let's get that real quick. This is Job chapter 19, verse 12. His troops come together and raise up their way against me and camp around about my tabernacle. What's your tabernacle? That's your house. And that's what you're going to see taking place. You're going to see the boots on the ground. You're going to see the UN soldiers, the blue hats, white hats, whatever they call. You're going to see them out here on the ground. You're going to see foreign soldiers out here, man. Just like when you watch that movie, I think it's Breastwick, and it was nothing but war. It was nothing but basically like a low civil war type thing taking place. These purge movies, that's the stuff. The main events is gonna be taking place, man. That's gonna be causing the kingdom to be lit when Yahweh Shah is speaking about. Because when you're gonna look upon earth, all you're gonna see is chaos taking place. That's all you're gonna see in all the major cities, all these places around the world, county, a city near you. There's gonna be nothing but uproars and chaos, man. You're gonna hear people dying. You're gonna be hearing goddamn car, all types of shit on fire, all various things taking place, man. It's gonna be a doggy dog world out here, man. With all these beginnings of sorrows, as we just read in Matthew 24th chapter, man. So yes, this devil's gonna have the boots on the ground, cause that's part of the prophecy, man. This second Ezra chapter 15, verse 16, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. And they understand that. Because once they really start to crack down and implement this new system, you're gonna have a resistance. You're gonna have people fighting against the government. You're gonna have a lot of politicians and people going against each other, man. A lot of in war fightings. Because a lot of them people ain't for the system. Because they actually just for greed. But at the end of the day, this is prophecy being filled, man. This is the words being fulfilled. And it says, for shall sedition amongst men, evading one another, they shall not regard their kings and princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So you're gonna see, just like in the movie The Purge, when he was walking down the street, you seeing the politicians hung and killed. You're gonna see that, man. Because did they actually try to help the people? Was they for the people? No, they was for their own selves. So you're gonna start seeing a lot of things like that taking place in the city near you, a town near you, a county near you. It's gonna be all hell breaking loose at a global stage, man. And this is why they're gonna put the boots on the ground. This is why they're gonna create the chaos so they can bring forth the order, man. It's called pressure from above, pressure from below. They use the Hegelian dialect to distract you with bullshit on TV, with various stupid ass distractions, the war shows, and not knowing that they're doing different meetings behind the scenes with the Davos meetings, with the World Economic Forum meetings, with these Bilderberg meetings, all these various meetings, man. Hell, the melon meeting, the melon meetings, all these various things they're doing behind the scenes is to usher in this fourth industrial age, man. So while they're preparing, we're in the mindset of preparing, man. And it says, a man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be able, because they're gonna have checkpoints. If you don't have the digital ID, if you don't have various certain things that meet the criteria to take place in society, you won't be able to go out of your district. Watch the Hunger Games. Watch the Hunger Games. You won't be able to take place in society or go out your district if you don't meet the criteria. That's what's coming, man. And it says, because of the pride of the cities, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Because of the pride of the city. Because you people in Babylon are great, you walk in great pride. You think your shit don't stink. You think you're untouchable. But the Lord, He has your days marked. When it get to the point where you can't even go outside to open your door, you gonna know the Lord is fucking y'all up, man. That's what's coming. It's gonna come to. Then you got the people that's just straight bugging out. The disease, people running around here eating people's faces off. I said, brother, I'm a Juan Gabar, we going into late. This shot one to the beloved elder. That shit's real. The CDC put it out there for a reason. You watch The Walking Dead, right? That's coming. Not saying the ones that's coming out of the ground, but they have that shit in the lab that they're gonna push out to the masses of the people, man. And these people are gonna start bugging the fuck out, doing things you never thought would take place. Let's get this real quick. And I get a couple more off the thing. Just as it said in the book of Daniel, Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which stand for the children of thy people, Israelites, mainly elect. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was seen, such as there was a nation, even at the same time. Cause it's never been seen what's about to take place, man. Man, never. You're gonna talk about great tribulation. This is talking about great tribulation. All hell breaking loose. And it says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book. That's talking about the elect of the nation of Israel, man. Written to the book of life, the ones that's gonna reach to salvation. That's what that's talking about. But it's gonna be all hell breaking loose at a global. So back to the military. Well, let's jump down. It says the government censorship on anything classified as disinformation. Is that not about to hold a meet next week on the 18th? As far as the World Economic Forum to talk about disinformation. Basically, about to do what? They're about to do damage control. If they're doing damage control, that means they're about to do a clean sweep of these videos and various legislation to get the men and Lord out the highways and hedges, man. That's what's coming, man. That's what's coming. Disinformation. Look at that. It says government censorship or anything is classified as disinformation. So basically, if you're speaking about against the government, that's gonna be labeled hate speech, anti-this, or whatever they want to label it as, so they can deem it, so they can be justified to start doing what? Start basically finding you, just like they did with Alex Jones, which he nothing but set up. Like Apostle Hart said, he might be Bill Hicks, which you can tell he's controlled opposition, but at the end of the day, hey, the Lord is setting the stage where the demonization, all hell's breaking loose, all this stuff is happening simultaneously. This is why we pray this is the year of the hopeful of getting salvation, man. The year of the hope all the prophecies get fulfilled. And it says threat assessments. The government has a growing list of shared of fusion centers and law enforcement agencies and ideologies, beliefs, and basically the men of the Lord. It said characteristics that could flag someone to suspicion and result in being labeled or potential enemies of the state. Is that not the men of the Lord? Come on, man. It says characteristics that could flag someone as suspicious and result in being labeled potentially enemies of the states. Before long, every household American will be flagged as a threat and assigned to a threat score. All this is part of this new social credit system, man. All of it. They're gonna be labeling you, demonizing you, putting certain things when you can't take place in society, man. All these little scores and things, man. That's part of the system, man. The digital prison. Then it speaks on the war on cash, expansion on surveillance, militarized police. Come on, man. They're gonna be giving the police the right to start putting y'all ass to death, man. Let's read that. It says militarized police. Remember, this is off blacklistednews.com. You can go check this out. It says what to expect from the government in 2023. And it says militarized police having transformed local law enforcement and stenches of military. That's why you see them shoot niggas on the site, shoot niggas on the spot. And that's what's coming. That's why you see a lot of police officers. These counties got Humvees and shit like that. Cause they're militarizing the police, man. They about to get them the full right to goddamn go ham on y'all ass, man. You thought that Esau loved you, huh? Let's get this real quick. Cause you niggas is a damn joke. Oh, not my Esau, not my E. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse. Bear with me. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. Who is that? Esau Edom. Esau Edom. Let's read that again. Isaiah 19 and 4. And the Egyptians would I give over to the hand of a cruel Lord. Esau Edom. And you see what he's coming with, man. Militarizing the police. Where they're gonna be doing what? Shooting your ass on spot if you ain't complying. If you ain't got the your digital ID, you ain't complying. They popping your ass or they goddamn throwing your ass in these centers, man. That's what's coming, man. And it says, and the Egyptians will I get over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts. And that's what's coming, man. The worst of the worst. Let's get that. This Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 24. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. And the worst of the heathen is Esau, Edom, man. And this devil is gonna show you how much he fucking hates you, Negro, Latin, Native Americans, you niggers, you spicks, you tomahawks. He's gonna fucking show y'all. Since y'all get so upset that we rebuke y'all according to the scriptures, get mad that we on the highways and hedges to tell you niggas to get right. This devil, Esau, he gonna show you that he don't fucking like you niggas, man. You smiling in his face and shit. Hey, you saw all that little coon and shit. He gonna show you in that day. He gonna show you when they got that butt of that gun in your front, your mouth, and got them bopping you upside your damn head. You gonna see. This is Ezekiel 7 and 34. Wherefore I'll bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses, and I also shall make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled, man. And that's what's gonna take place, man. That took place, and that's gonna take place again, man. Because you two-third niggas is proud. You don't understand the wrath of the Lord, man. This is why you're in a time of seeking the Lord. This is why I brought out First Thessalonians 5, the 5th chapter, first verse. Therefore, in the times of seasons, you have no need for me, brethren, to write unto you. If you paying attention to the times of seasons, what's going on, you should be already expected what the hell's about to take place. This is why the time is now to be getting right with the Lord, man. Seeing that the Lord is about to let Esau, Edom do all this shit, that's showing you how mad the Lord is, man. That's showing how he tired of you niggas, man. That's showing you how fucking pissed off with Israel, man. That's why you should be in a position of crying out. Knowing the shit that this devil's about to do. Digital prison, pre-crime, mandatory Q zones if you ain't got the juice packet. Oh, and what else? Let's get it. We'll end it off by let's call these things out. It says militarized police, police shooting on armed citizens. That's part of the thing. They already doing it with Jake. It says police shoot unarmed citizens, owing a large part of the militarized local local law enforcement agencies. Not a week goes by without more reports of hair-raising incidents by police and bound take no prisoners attitude. That's what's coming. They ain't trying to hear that shit. You not, oh, I got my pow. You got your rights. There go your rights right there. Like I did a lesson, probably a month or two ago. Judge Dredd. That's I am the law. That's what's coming. That's what's coming. Look, here you go. False flags and terrorist attacks. So it's showing you this is part of year 2023. What they're probably gonna be doing more false flags, terrorist attacks to try to demonize and try to bring forward more legislation and put more fear out there to the people, man. Put the people give up their rights for the state of work comfort. That's what you see. And it says endless wars to keep America's military empire employed. It's gonna be endless wars, man. And all war is gonna be that World War III that's gonna pop off, man. That's what's gonna take place. Let me see. Censorship. We went over that. So basically, man, they're coming with the they come with the digital prison, the pre-crime, mandatory Q zones. That I'm not gonna say it started with M. You go the M, the health world. I'm not gonna say it because I know they'll try to hit my. It says the tracking Nicaraguans for citizens, the military involvement domestically, government censorship on anything classified as disinformation, threat assessments, war on cash, expansion of surveillance, militarized police, police shoot unarmed citizens, and false flags and terrorist attacks, and endless wars. This is what's coming for year 2023. And we already see that, man. We can see some major events coming, man. Blackouts, who knows, man? Remember, it's an energy crisis going on, but we're not ignorant to Satan devices. We have to be circumspect, understanding the times and seasons that we're living in. Let's grab that and we'll close it out. This is the book of Ephesians. Ephesians 5 and verse Ephesians 5 and verse I started verse 14. Wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest and arise from the dead, and Mashiach shall give thee light. And that's two-thirds of the nation of Israel. They're in a position of sleep as you go on what? Ezekiel the 37th chapter, the valley of the dry bones. Our people do not understand what's going on, man. They're asleep. And he said, awake thou that sleepest and Mashiach should give thee light. No, and it said, arise from the dead, and Mashiach should give thee light. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. If you walking circumspectly, that means you're paying attention to what's going on 360 degrees, man. You're watching your surroundings. You're watching what you're saying. You're not trying to bring into blame towards the ministry. You're in a position of what? Hasting, because you understand what it's about to go down any day now. So you have to be built what? Spiritually, mentally, and physically to understand and take place to understand what's about to take place in these last days, man. But it's all just getting right with the Lord. It's all about getting right with the Lord. Verse 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Redeeming the times. Understanding that these things that this devil is pushing out in your face is fulfilling Bible prophecy, man. And this is the will of the Lord. So if you're redeeming the times, you're preparing yourself. You're doing what? You're trimming your lamps, man. You're making yourself ready for the bridegroom. So you're getting right, man. That's what you should be doing, seeking the Lord. And it says, wherefore be not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. So don't be unwise as you see 2/3 of the nation of Israel walk around being simple, not understanding what's going on, not questioning anything, just going that happy-go-lucky spirit. That's going to get you killed, man. But you have to be circumspect, understanding the times, the season that we're living in, and understanding this is the will of the Lord, man. Isaiah 46:10. He said this. He said he what? He would declare the end from the beginning. He should do all his pleasures. So we understand that this is the will of the Lord that's taking place. So within that, we have to do what? Pray that the Lord have mercy upon us and our household and the brothers, man. Because we don't know what lot we fall in, but we're going to put on as what? The elect, man. Colossians, the 3rd chapter, 11, 12 verse. You have to put on as elect and make your call on election sure, man, and be diligent. So with that, apparatus out, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And I want to close it out by saying, call Halayim La, Yahweh by Shema Shai by Shem Kakwadash. Double honors to my apostle, elders, great millstone of the well. Peace and salutation, all that I can push in this truth with our righteousness and sincerity. Kram Yasharala and Abba Ball. Shalom, Akim. Shalom.